Hello everyone, welcome back to channel Power Expertise. And in today's video, I'm going to explain to you how we can apply filters in all types of SharePoint columns. Column, the filter function will return a delegation and for which it will be a non-delegable. Okay, so let's get started. So first, what you need to do, you need to come to your SharePoint and you need to create a list and you can give any name of your choice. Then you need to create, like what I have done, I have created all types of columns, like text column, number type column, date type column, yes, no column, hyperlink column, choice type column, and then in choice, multi-choice column, lookup column, people picker column, manage metadata column. So if you want to know how you create manage metadata column, I have already given a video. You can refer that. Okay. Then location type column that is also covered in my previous video. You can have a look. So yeah, and many more. So I have created these columns, and now what we will do, what you need to you just go to your Power Apps, create one Canvas app, blank Canvas app. Then I will add my data source, SharePoint list. This is my background site and this is my list. I've added my data source. Now I will add a simple plain vertical gallery. I will attach this list as a source for this gallery. And let's this be a title, subtitle, and body instead of image. Okay. So currently we are getting all the values which I have in my list. It is displaying in my gallery. Now one by one we will apply filter function. So I will start with my column, text type column. So before starting, I just want to tell you what is delegation all about. Okay, what is delegation in Power Apps? So it's a process of retrieving data from a data source. So instead of pulling in all the records at once, what Power Apps do, it retrieves records as requested, which is essential actually for performance and for efficiency when dealing with large data sets. Okay, so let's see if this filter function with text type column will be a delegable or not delegable. Okay, so let's just add your text type column name here. And for now, I'll just match it with my joining. Okay, this is already existing entry in my data source. Let's just filter. So as you can see in the output window, I am getting only the value which is matching with the string joy. Okay. Let's go back. Instead of, getting the value as a static field into this, so actually Power Apps doesn't care from where you are providing text value. You can provide it from your label. You can provide it from a text input. You can provide it from another gallery. You can provide it from the back screen. You can provide it on the submit button. So it doesn't even care. So let's suppose I don't want to get it from a static string. I'll just add one text input. Okay. And for now, I'll not give anything. And this text input must be text input one. So what I will do, I will just say this gallery that if the entry matches with the text input value, whatever user has entered, okay, if it matched, then return me your gallery. So for now, nothing is coming. Let's suppose again I'll type joy here, click on enter. Yeah, gave me the result. Okay. Now what we will do, we'll do a function which will, let's try out, starts with. This we have seen for the single type of text column. You can apply the same thing for multi-line of text column as well. Okay. So now we'll proceed with number type. So here just change the column name to num type column, which is my SharePoint column name. And just give here again the static value. Let's suppose I'll give what I've stored in my SharePoint. So I'll just give 2. Okay. And let's see what it is returning. It is returning me 2 sets of record where it is matches the number type column with 2. Okay. Now I can perform arithmetic operation as well on this. Let's suppose I have given wherever the number type column is less than or equal to 3. So I have 3 sets of record which is having less than value of 3 and that is also equal to 3. Let's suppose I remove this equal to and see what it will return. It will return me 2 sets of records. So let's see. Yeah, so it is returning me only 2 sets of records. So likewise, you can apply AND operation as well. Let's suppose I'll give our case, what is happening? It is checking the condition, both of the condition are meeting or not. So the number should be less than 3, and it should also be, let's suppose we'll give less than equal to 3. So both the conditions should met, then only it will return you the set of record, otherwise it won't. Let's try with OR. Okay, so in that case, either of the one is true, it will return the result. Okay, so it's whatever is less than 3 will also be returned, and this condition will also return you 3 value because it is matching with this. So as you can see here also, we are not getting any delegation warning. So for number as well as the text type column, filter function will be, we are good to use. Okay, it is not like it is non-delegable. Okay. And for that also to check it, like for our scenario, in order to show you whether it's delegable or not, what we will do, we'll just go to settings and this limit, I will set it to 2. Okay. Just to check it, like whether it is throwing any delegation warning or not. So yeah. Now, what will be our next type, column type? So next, what I want to show you here, let's suppose I want to take an input from user. Okay. So again, I will use this text input. Okay. And if you give this as a text, what it will do? It will return a warning saying that it is incompatible comparison, because now we are comparing the number type column with a text input. Okay. So what in that case, if some scenario comes where you have to compare the text column with a number or number with text. So in that case, what you do, you just convert this text to integer. So this is a way where you can treat your text label as a number type. Okay. And what you need to do here as well, just come here and make it as number. Then you're good to go. Okay. Now what we will do, we'll just come here and we'll write here, let's suppose 3. 3 will be returned. Let's suppose we write 4. 4 will be returned. Let's suppose I want to write something alphabetic. Okay. So it won't accept any alphabets. Okay. It is not allowing me to write. So yeah, this is also done. Now, what is our next type of column? Our next column is date type column. Okay. So now just remove everything and write date type column. Okay. I want to check the date type where it should be less than today's date. I want to filter only those records. Let's suppose we come here and we see we have 1st October, 31st August, and 2nd October data. So I think all four will be returned in my gallery because every date is less than today's date. Okay, so this is how you can play around with your date type column, other function column as well. And this also showed that it is not returning any warning for us. So we are good to use this filter function, text type, number type, and date type column. Let's move ahead and write yes, no type column. So let's add the name of the column. And here, if you try to add yes as a string, everyone will think, right? This yes, since it's in the back end, this yes has been saved as yes, right? So we are good to write it as a string yes. But see here, it is showing us a warning that incompatible compression. This can't be compared with Boolean. So this yes, no is actually what type of column? It's a bool type column. And we are comparing it with a text string yes. So it is showing you a warning that this comparison is incompatible. So this is actually weird because this is how it is in save, right? So what we will do, we will write instead of yes. So wherever you find true value in my backend list, return me only those sets of record. Okay. So in this case, now we have three records because three records in the backend is having true value. Even if we don't give any value, it will treat this yes as a true and it will return me three records because this is something which is itself true. Okay. Now, if you want to negate this, if you want to give a negation in the beginning, just to treat this as a no, see, it is returning me a record, but it is also giving me a warning, delegation warning. So here we got the delegation. So this warning is saying me that the filter part of this formula might not work correctly on a large data sets. So if you get this warning and you want to remove this, because if you use it, so initially for 500 sets of record, there's no issue. But let's suppose if your data sets grows in number, then it will not, you know, uh, behave properly as well as performance will also reduce. And if you pass your app through any of the review tool or any of the tool in which you need to check the code or where you check the you have used this type of delegation warning and you pass your code, then in that case the score for your app will be very less. Okay, so in that case what I will suggest you to do, false. And now you can see there is no delegation. Okay, now some people might ask, right, if you say not in the beginning and try to see if this is working, same delegation warning will come. Okay, so negation not will not work for the false. You need to give name of the column equals to false. Then you will not get any delegation warning. Okay. Now our next set of column will be our hyperlink column. So we call your that column hyperlink. Okay. And we'll just give, I'll just go back to my source and try to get that link. Copy link. This is my video links only. Let's copy this, come back here, give it inside a string, and close this. Okay. So as you hover on this, it is saying, again, you will be able to see the delegation warning. So there's one bad news for the hyperlink type column is that there is no delegable way to search it. No matter how you twist and turn it, you won't filter it, or you won't be able to filter it in a delegable way. Okay, so you can note it down, you can, keep this in your mind. So in your interview or somewhere where you are implementing this hyperlink type column in your project, so you will get an idea like, okay, there's no way where we can, make this as a non-delegable. Okay, so only one column we got, one column which is type yes, no, where you cannot negate. So these are the two places. Okay, let's move ahead and use some other column. So our next column type is calculated column. Okay, let's call that column. And now my calculation in the backend is based on choice type column. So I was checking in the backend if the choice type column is having a value active. So this is my choice column where I have three sets of choice: active, inactive, and draft. So I'm just checking simply if the choice is active, set it to 1, otherwise make it 0. So for active only, you can see I have two entries at active, which corresponds to value 1 in the calculated column, rest all is 0. So I'll just check if choice column equals. So let's try to compare it with 0. I just want to filter those record which is not having active status. Okay. So let's just try to see why it is not giving me any result. So over on it. Okay, so it's an incompatible type of comparison. Again, we are comparing the text with number column. So I'll just convert it to a string. Okay. Now let's see if it is returning any record. Yeah, it is returning me this one record. So what we will do, we'll see one warning is there. So what is this warning? Again, a delegation warning. Okay. So yeah, it's a bad news for calculated column as well. In SharePoint, in PowerApps, the filter function for calculated column is never delegable. Make it calculated, but breaks dedication completely. So yeah, it's okay. Now we'll move on with our next type of column, which is location type column. So call it location type column here. Okay, I'll just call location. What's the name of the column in the backend? Location type. So yeah, we have location type categorized into three. One is its state, one is pin code, one is what? City, I guess. Yeah. So we are using three attributes of location type, three attributes of the physical address. So we'll have to give it as location. So which one we are interested in? Let's suppose I'm interested in city. I'll just give that. And then I'll calculate my city. So let's add Bangalore. Yeah. Now we have two sets of record available. Yeah. Okay. So one thing that we have learned here is location type column offer the column, but offer different attributes of it. In this case, locations, for me, location city. So then if we say equals Bangalore, it will return the record which is matching with that city. So location column is delegable, but it does not the column as a whole. You need to use it in a different pieces, and there is a different facet of that column like cities, pin code, name, region that I've shown you, right? So yeah, this is also done. Location type column. Next is choice column. So it's choice type column of choice type column dot value, because to sets of record, you need to use dot value. And then for my case, what my choice column holds, just now I've shown you, it's holding active, inactive, and draft. So let's suppose I'm filtering only the column which is having active status. Let's see if it is throwing any delegation warning. I have two sets of record which is aligning with my criteria, and I have got that. And there is no delegation as well. Suppose I want to take input from user, so we'll add a drop-down control, and that drop-down are choices, the name of my data source dot the column name. So the column name is choice type column. And if this is the column name in my table, let's cross verify. Yeah, choice type column. Now we'll go to the gallery, the item property. We just write, go to drop down one dot selected. Let's see what it gives. Was selected. Okay, and just try to execute this. Okay, it won't give anything. Since it's a text type column, so and that too, it's giving error as well. Okay, what it is saying, incompatible, because this is returning a record, and because we have a choice column, so we need to give dot value. Okay. Now let's go ahead and try to filter it with draft. It has only one draft record, so it returned me that. Choice to column is done, and as you can see, this is also not throwing any delegation warning for us. Now let's move ahead and try with multi-select column. Okay. So multi-select column, I'll give it here. If you try to give here multi, what's the name of my multi-select column? This is the name. Copy it from here and paste it. If you try to compare the multi-select column with a single value, so it won't work because you can select more than one value. So in that case, this formula won't be applicable. So instead of that, what we need to write, so remove everything from here, and we need to use in operator. Okay. So let's suppose we'll check double quotes. Okay. And you need to use in operator. And as you can see, multi-select is giving you a delegation warning. So there's no way to fill multi-choice in a delegable way. Either you use and or it won't give you a non-delegable way to filter your data. So multi-choice delegation would be challenge for you. And now let's move ahead, and the next column in our list is lookup column. Okay, so in the body, we'll try to show you the lookup column. So remove everything. Let's remove this concatenate also, and give this item dot lookup column dot value. Because again, it will return your record, and I want a simple value out of it. Okay. Now in the gallery, what you need to do to change this one, and you need to filter it, look up. I'm looking up from my products table. So I'll just pick the name ID. So in this way, you can, filter your lookup type column. And it is also good. We are not getting any delegation point. So we are good to use that lookup type column inside a filter function. The next column comes in the person type column. It is also same how we have it for choice lookup and multi-choice column. The name of the column in the backend is equal to the column. So just between the people picker dot. So yeah. So both the records I have created. So it is giving me these two records as a now. Okay. So the last in our bucket list is manage metadata column. So let's go ahead and try that. It's not, very used, it's whole technique, but just want to give you an overview so that you can answer your question. Maybe if they can ask you a question related to management, data column, housing columns. So let's go ahead and do that. Just give a name. So if you don't know how to create a column, then watch my previous video. I'll call it with my table. Okay. So what it is showing to me, invoice and agenda. So I want to filter it with that itself. Let's go on in the gallery, item property, and we go to this. And let's draw it. Manage metadata. All dot label equals to gen. Okay, so it's a bad news. Can the manage metadata? They are not delegable. So yeah. So last is the ID column here. There is a unique ID column in SharePoint list. So with that also we can, filter our record. Let's suppose I'm filtering it with ID1. Let's see what it is returning. So ID1 column is returned here. So in this way you can, also make use of the ID column, which is a unique SharePoint column which gets created automatically, uniquely identifying your H2. So I hope you find this video very informative. All your, tricks, all your concepts might get revised. And obviously for the new user who are beginners, for them, yeah, it's a very good video. And for also the people, and it's very helpful for those also who are going into any, going to attend any interview for the PowerApps. So yeah, you can explain delegation. You can explain them like for which type of column the filter function will be delegable or for which it should not be. Okay, so hope you find this video helpful. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.